Alrighty, howdy neighbors and welcome back to the Devine Spirit. Last time, I think Varys got badly injured. I'm pretty sure Emil is dead. And Lucius is now no more. We did it. Anyway, let's continue. I feel like we're about to have two tragedies going.
Elrond,
What happened? Why hasn't anyone helped you down?
don't be angry. I didn't want to get in the way of anyone.
Elrond reached up and took hold of the lance without a second thought.
Wait, Elrond, it's not safe.
I don't care.
He pulled it out with ease and gently let Varys down to the ground. The area around his shoulder was dark red with blood, and Varys quickly applied pressure to the wound.
At least we match now. He got us both in the shoulder.
Varys reached up and wrapped his arms around the green-haired man.
I was so scared.
No! Not the baby!
I didn't think we'd both survive. I thought for sure I'd never see you again.
Me too. I was so afraid that I'd get here and you'd be gone. Varys, I can't imagine my life without you.
Do it. Varys pulled Elrond in closer, holding on even tighter. His tears overflowed, soaking into the other's shirt.
Varys,
We can't sit around here all day, you know. We promised Zarin we'd assist him as repayment for help with Sorin.
What? I promised to help only after he recovered. What do you mean?
And we have to go back and check on Oxabor.
What are you...
Not to mention the bounty in Cliffspire, right?
I don't understand.
I'm an idiot, Ilron. A real idiot. It only hit me after we were split up just how stupid I had been. For all my years, I couldn't see something that was directly in front of me.
What?
I can't live without you. I don't want to. I don't want to go to a place where I'll never see you again. Never touch you again. Never kiss you again.
They did it.
I could never forgive myself if I left you alone.
Varys.
If you'd have me, I would like to spend my last journey with the one I love.
I could never wish for more. Please, Varys, can we spend the rest of our lives together?
Less of an answer, they both leaned toward each other. Their lips found each other easily. Both of their worries melted away. Yay, they did it! They were together, and everything would be fine, no matter what.
Where's Emil?
He has been rushed back through the doorway after Elrond. His eyes scanned over the area. Rain, Leos, Elrond, Varys. Morwen, Elliot, Sylvia. But where's Emil?
Dad. He's over there. He saved us.
Emil!
The prince rushed forward, skidding over the floor, and coming to a stop next to the figure that knelt on the ground in deep pain.
Emil! Emilius, don't you do this to me now! You have no right to crash back into my life, then leave! I never wanted to see you again, or well, I thought I didn't, but at the same time, I did. You always confused me so much. I never believed we'd truly get a second chance. I never thought you'd turn up at my door. You've sent my emotions spiraling into a mess for a second time. Don't think you're allowed to get out of that!
Do we get to see the blood?
And what exactly do you think you did to me?
We don't get to see the blood. Boo!
You silly old fool. I'm not about to die over a few flesh wounds. Do you think I'm that altruistic?
I know you are, and that's the problem.
Come on, get up.
Come back to Aurelia Cavella with me.
Just to visit?
Come back and be the king you were always meant to be.
I'm not sure that I can.
I know you can. I've always known.
I'm nothing like how I used to be.
I can still see it in you.
I'll agree, but only if you'll stay by my side.
Happily.
Just I barely managed to peel myself away from Leos. I saw the trio of gods walk past and inspect Lucius.
He's very much alive.
What do we do with him?
We'll take him back and teach him a lesson, one way or another.
I told Wade nothing. Elliot threw the chandelier to the side and picked up Lucius over his shoulder.
I'm impressed you survived, Leos.
I could say the same about you.
In the open doorway stumbled two figures, clutching their heads in their hands.
My head hurts, and not in the good way.
What other way?
Is there a good way? Fawn, sign!
If the tears had stopped before, it doesn't matter, because they instantly started streaming down my face once again. Relief washed over me as I ran over and hugged the two of them. They looked slightly confused, but held me back nonetheless.
What happened? It's a really long story, okay? But everything's okay now.
Rain, Emil, I will entrust my final task to you. I don't need to go back. Not anymore.
You've changed your mind?
I thought I had no place in this world anymore. It turns out I've had it for a long time. I just never realized.
Be with your boyfriend! Be with your husband!
I promise I won't disappoint you. Maybe it's a little late to ask, but who are all of these people? Do you remember anything? It's all so hazy. All I can remember is being beaten up.
Whoops, that was me.
Hey, don't take all the credit. As the score stands, it was 15-16. I win.
Huh, really? Maybe you miscounted.
What? Hey!
Aron smirked toward Caspian, who just shook his head in frustration. With the dust settled, I looked at my two friends.
What now?
I think I'll rebuild.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe closer to Stagwitch so I can visit more.
That sounds perfect.
You better visit me too.
I'll help you rebuild it.
Rain.
And I have a lot of explaining to do to my mother. This is it then? Don't act like we'll never see each other again. Just think of it as a little off time before our next adventure. I take it you'll return home now? At the very least, I need to make sure the gods are freed. After that, well, I'm not sure yet. Then the least I can do is lend you my carriage. You hear that, Leos? No more treks to the forest.
Who knows? Maybe your carriage driver will run away and you'll be stuck walking anyway. That would be something different, wouldn't it?
That's not funny.
It's kind of funny. Through tears, I hugged the people that have become so important to me. Leo stood to the side until I pulled him over to join in. He pretended to be annoyed, but I knew he wanted to be included too.
Don't miss me too much, Leos.
Trust me, I won't.
Leos. I miss you so much.
Yeah, me too, kid.
He ruffled Fawn's hair tenderly, and I couldn't help but smile. As we parted, Elliot got my attention.
We'll take him back to the village and decide what to do with him. Don't worry. Freedom won't be an option.
Thank you, Elliot.
And before I go, could I take a look at that?
Motioned to the dagger at Leos' side. He quickly pulled it from his belt and handed it to Elliot.
The symbol of the old royal guard of Sidcaeum. A single lineage that devoted their lives to protecting the monarchy. I know it well.
This is my family crest.
Perhaps their history in Sidcaeum was quite interesting then. We'll take our leave now then. Sylvir, Morwen, let's go.
Wait, Morin!
I will find you later, okay? Don't make those eyes at me. This isn't a goodbye. It's a see you soon.
All right. Have a safe trip back.
She smiled at me, and the three village gods left the quiet, somber palace.
What's so funny?
Isn't it hilarious? All this time, I've just been reliving the past while I was protecting you.
Oh, I'm descended from the Sidcam royalty, and he descended from our personal guard.
We really were meant to meet each other, weren't we?
It seems so.
I suppose it's about time I took my leave then. I expect a letter at the very least, okay?
I promised to write.
Good. I wish I could make the trip back with you, but I think my parents will kill me. I can't quite say this has been fun, but I wouldn't have changed any of it. Well, maybe a few things, but...
Leo was getting killed by Fawn.
Thank you, Rain. You better visit. Whenever I get the chance.
I'll go help prepare the carriage.
The two left, leaving us alone with Caspian, Emil, Varys, and Ilron. I almost said Emil again.
Rain, I'll go back to Aurelia Cavella with you, if that's what you want.
My boy! My husband! I wanted to agree to be happy, but I knew that wasn't the right choice.
No. I don't want to force you to confront something you're not ready to. I'll go back and do what needs to be done. And I promise, I'll come back for you.
As long as you promise, I'll wait.
Well, are resident mercenaries out of business then?
I suppose so. I expect I'll have to take up a new trade.
Ever thought of bounty hunting? You'd be pretty good at it.
Didn't you say you'd kiss Sign if we ever became bounty hunters?
I think I'd rather not, to be honest.
Zarin, what are you doing here?
He shook his head as if he were trying to come to his senses.
Your friends just let me out of a cage.
You were in there?
By the time I reached the king, he was already under Lucius's control. It was too late.
Gods, I'm so sorry.
Don't be. The day has been won by the looks of it, and you've survived. You did well.
Thank you. It was Leo's.
As a bonus, this will be good for my studies.
Always thinking about research, aren't you?
What do you intend to do now?
I'm going to go home.
I'm not sure what I'll do.
You're sticking around. Do you have somewhere to stay?
And not yet. I can't say I'm very keen on depending on Sign's hospitality any longer either.
Well, I'm very interested in your experiences. How about we cut a deal? You can stay at my lab for free in exchange for a detailed account of everything that happened.
That sounds amazing. Leos?
I'll think about it.
Ron and Varys quickly left, vanishing as if out of thin air. Ever the mysterious pair. Zarin left too, rushing home before Titus could worry too much.
Are you ready, guys?
You know what? I think I am. Let's go home.
Outside, the sun was starting to barely shine over Sidcam. A carriage awaited us, although with a different driver this time. Sign was long gone, but Fawn sat in the back, waiting for his trip back to the forest to rebuild. Caspian and Emil quickly went back to collect their items, leaving me with Leos. What are you meant to say to someone when you don't know when you'll see them again?
Leos,
Don't say goodbye, okay? I still don't think I'll be able to deal with it.
I'll think about you every day until I can come back.
Don't get too comfortable there.
I won't. I couldn't be without you.
Gazing out at the morning streets, I took in the sights for what would be the last time in quite a while. The mountain peaks, the stone, and steeples, and Leos, the person I loved. Caspian and Emil rejoined us, arms full of boxes of Caspian's belongings.
All packed up?
Yeah, I took what I could and left the keys to my neighbors. They'll take care of the place.
Before entering the carriage, first, I stood in front of Leos on the tips of my toes, giving a gentle kiss on his lips.
I love you. I'll see you again soon.
As soon as possible.
Hey, come on. You say it too.
I love you too.
Thank you. Those were the final words as I stepped into the carriage. The driver greeted us and started pulling away. I watched Leos shrink out of the window, waving and trying my best to hold back tears. The trip back was much less eventful than the trip there. The driver didn't run away in the night, and we didn't stumble upon a murder mystery. The road was long. We made many stops for food and drink, but our main focus was getting back to Aurelia Cavella. There was time to think, too. What my future would hold, and if I agreed with it or not. On where I would fit in with Leos at my side. 5 nights later. Hey, we're Freddy. We finally found ourselves in the forest that surrounded Aurelia Cavella. The carriage couldn't go any further. The thing is, there were no roads leading into the town. It was there that we parted with Fawn. After many hugs and tears, and a promise to meet up again soon.
It feels like just yesterday I came traipsing through here.
It might not have been as long ago for me, but I feel the same.
What happens now?
Well...
They both looked toward me, with expectation written all over their faces.
What? Are you expecting something from me?
You're in line for more than one title.
Don't be silly. I'm not taking on all of your mess.
But... You're supposed to...
No, I don't think so. You two will undo what you did all those years ago, and lead the town into the future. Anyway, I have someone waiting for me in Sidcaeum.
Then... why come all this way?
Because I want to see everyone, and keep my promise to Varys.
Emil and Caspian looked at each other, probably contemplating the work that has to be done, but smiled.
I think we can do that.
Me too.
I want to forge my own way forward and make everyone proud. It might look like I'm running away, but I'm just not ready yet. Emil, can you get rid of the fog?
I think so.
Will you make me one promise? Both of you? Tell them the truth. Let them make the choice to stay or go by themselves.
Before long it was in sight, Aurelia Cavella. It was early morning, and everything was still quiet. We snuck out of the woods and into the streets with ease.
It hasn't changed at all.
Welcome home, Cass.
What's wrong?
I had almost gotten used to not hearing their voices.
Oh.
We need to free them. Right away.
Who in the...
Someone came yelling and screaming down the road toward us. I turned around and saw the matron.
Rain! Where have you been? Caspian? Emil?
Hi, Arala. It's been a while.
You little shit! Where the hell do you think you've been?
Whoa, wait a minute.
You were always trouble, you know that? I thought you were dead. 18 years you've been gone for.
It's damn.
I'm sorry.
Being sorry isn't enough. And you, not once have you sought me out or visited me.
Emil lowered his head.
I'm sorry.
You two stupid boys. I missed you so much.
She hugged them both tight, tears falling down her face.
I'm here to stay. I promise.
You two better have made up already, or God save you.
We have, ma'am.
Fighting isn't befitting of a future king and their speaker, after all.
I suppose I should have paid more attention to your lessons.
Stop being cheeky. And Rain, just where have you been?
Oh, you know, around. I've met someone very special to me. I hope that, one day I can introduce you. Although, by the sound of it, you've met once before.
I'll be here with open arms. The kids have missed you. Tell me you're coming back to the orphanage.
For a little while, but...
You are so like your father. I trust you won't be far then. Be a better son to me than Caspian, and at least visit once in the next 18 years.
I will visit as much as possible, I promise. You won't even notice I'm gone. Emil... No, Speaker. Do you know how to free them?
I think so. It's simple.
How?
He shut his eyes, raised his face with the sky.
I can hear them all. The answer is simple. I could have done it all along.
Wow, what a dick.
It's done. It's... silent.
Wait, what? What did you do?
So simple. Yet so far beyond me. All of this time, I had only needed to let down the barrier. I never accepted them for what they were. I only ever thought of their voices as a nuisance. But this is my role. To protect my people and to protect our gods. For that to happen, I had to listen to their voices properly. No one had ever accepted them. Not Lucius, and not any of the speakers before him.
So simple. I'm so happy. Finally. Everything's done.
I don't think so. Caspian, Emilius, you two have a lot of work to do.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it unless you're there too.
I have an orphanage to run, you know.
I know you can do both.
So cheeky.
The three of them turned and started walking, shouting, catching up. I smiled, following behind him. My heart begged me to run back to Laos, but I knew I had work to do here first, to convince the people, to assist my father and the speaker, to make sure that everyone knows the truth. Then it will be time to seek out Laos, once I've done the right thing. Days turned to weeks, into a month before I realized it. I kept myself busy during the day, but at night, all I dreamt of was being in Laos's arms. And it was finally time. I packed my bags and faced the forest alone. A newly built road ran through, tracing all the way to Stagwitch. I followed along, meeting Fawn on the way, then Lilith. I went with her to Oxabor, stopping by her shop to pick up something special before we traveled to Sidkayam. Hate it here. It was a sight I'd almost forgotten already. But I wasn't here for the sights. I rushed through the streets, feeling at what I was wearing under my clothes. A little embarrassing, yes, but Lilith insisted it was the only way to greet a lover, after not seeing each other for some time. I ran through the streets to where I thought I'd find Laos, Zorn's lab. The door opened after a single knock. I flew into his arms.
Leos!
Rain, you're back.
We stumbled back onto the floor, directly in front of the fireplace. The room was empty, but the fire was going. Neither Zoran or Titus seemed to be home.
I'm sorry I took so long.
I missed you so much.
Me too. It felt like an eternity. But I'm never leaving you again. You hear me?
Good, because I don't think I could deal with it.
Leaned down and I leaned down and kissed him. Pressed my body into his.
Is anyone else here?
No, they won't return until tomorrow.
Good. Because,
Is something wrong?
No. I got you a gift.
God, I was coming to it. I'm kind of embarrassed. Please tell me Lilith was right about this. Lily was sitting up from Laos. He was still laid on the ground. I pulled away layer and layer of clothing, till what I was wearing underneath could be seen.
Does it look too dumb?
No time at all. Flipped me on my back and hung over my body. It was what could barely be called underwear.
How do you expect me to contain myself when you come back to me looking like this?
I must have twitched at his words. I had already been far too excited to see him, but the embarrassment of being so exposed combined with his words was already making me feel hot. He gets down my body. I'm done.
Hey!
I'm busy. Don't distract me.
I am not doing this.
I've spent a lot of time thinking about you, that's all.
Hate it.
But this is better than I ever could have imagined.
Did you...
It's pretty handy, isn't it? I should send a thank you to Ilron. Maybe a gift basket, too. You're driving me
Just so everyone knows, this is someone else's house.
Fuck.
Like, straight up, this was someone else's house. And we did it! It took, what, a month? It's just showing all of our CGs with Leos. I forgot about that outfit. That's a good outfit for him, though. Overall, I enjoyed my experience with this game. I did. I'm very glad that it has a save for work option. It did not change the dialogue, which is why I skipped so much of it. It did, however, change the CGs. If you would like to see and experience all of those scenes the way they are intended to be, please, oh please get the game yourself. That's not for me to do. If you would like to have such an experience, go ahead, get the game. As with every game, in the description I put where to get it, how much it is, the whole nine. And yeah, I love the artwork. Like, they're just so pretty. Most of the CGs were beautiful. There were a couple I did not look at, though. just for my own self. And I have a feeling they're gonna come up right now, so I'm just gonna put the hand. Another unknown city, far away from anything I once knew. But no matter where I went, it mattered little. My home traveled with me, Leos.
What's the contract for again?
Sometimes I wonder if you have memory problems, you know?
Come on, I'm trying my best here. I'm just new to it, that's all.
There's been complaints of another demon sighting, although the last one turned out to be a little old lady who just happened to like late-night walks. If we've come all this way for that crap again,
Then we can help the old lady carry her bags home.
That's not really the point. Are you sure you're cut out to be a bounty hunter?
I just like helping people. It'd be a little scary to find an actual demon anyway, wouldn't it?
Honestly, I don't really care what we find as long as it earns us money.
And it wouldn't be the first time.
That's no way to look at things. You're way too negative.
And you're way too idealistic. Always trying to save the world, aren't you?
And you love me just the way I am.
Rose rumbled under his breath, but didn't offer any argument. We stalked through the night, finally coming across the place we'd been directed to.
Well, well, well. Look who's late to the party.
Oh, gods, kill me now.
Hello, Rain. How are you?
I've been good.
I'm sorry to say the bounty's already been dealt with. You might want to try the next town over.
Yeah, whatever.
Try to be a little faster next time.
We should try working together rather than against each other.
No thanks, see ya.
Hey, Leos.
Wait, I've actually been meaning to find you. I have some news. Soren's awake, and he's asking for you.
Huh. Well, alright then. Guess we're not gonna know anything about that. Anyway, again, that was the Devine Speaker. I recommend playing for yourself, because again, I skipped over a lot of the sticky parts. But yeah, I enjoyed my time, and I would recommend it. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully, I will see you later.